Welcome to episode 15 of our Natural Health and Astrology series. I'm Annabelle Fraser. I'm a naturopath and a health coach based in Italy and specialized in helping women with their gut health. And I'm here with Laurie Barnes, who will now introduce herself, and then we will be talking about this month's new moon.
Hello, I'm Laurie Barnes. I am an astrologer, and I am also a psychotherapist who helps people get in alignment with their values and how they take action in life. And I mix positive psychology with astrology. So here we are to talk about the new moon coming up. Should I just go right into it?
Yeah, how will we be affected by this new moon? Because that's what we focus on, isn't it, Laurie, when we do these videos, is just helping people manage their emotions during these phases. So the new moon phase and the full moon phase. And yeah, I'm curious to know some detail about that. What can you enlighten us with?
So I'm excited for this one because this is a really practical new moon. And I think that we will all be able to get a lot of stuff done next week when the new moon comes. It will be here on, it'll be Monday in the United States, but for us here in Rome, I'm also based in Rome, by the way, I didn't say that. It'll be like in the middle of the night. So really early Tuesday morning, or, you could say the middle of the night, Monday night. It'll be around 3 o'clock in the morning here in Rome. And then if you're in the US, it'll be in the evening on Monday. So it'll be just before 6 o'clock on the West Coast and just before 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So what's interesting though, is going into this new moon, like to this weekend, we're kind of coming out of something that's very different from the vibe that we're going to go into next week. So right now, it's kind of like we're in this more of a woo-woo, like it's better to listen to music and go to the ocean and not really get too much into the details. But then we're going to come into Monday, Tuesday next week, and it's going to be all about the details. So the theme of the new moon for this month's episode is details and decluttering. And I just wanted to mention that it's a different energy coming out of the weekend, because if you're listening to this, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been so confused, or I'm just not clear, or things just like, I'm trying to organize and it's just not working out. Well, the energy is going to shift. And so
I reckon a lot of people have, will relate to that coming out of the summer holidays as well. That where you've just kind of, been maybe, if you're lucky enough to be near the ocean, or you've been hopefully slowing down a little bit. For sure in Italy that happens in August, and now with people going back to work more regularly, and schools starting and things, it definitely aligns with that kind of more detailed energy, and like sort out what the routine is going to be, and people's schedules and things starting off again in September.
Right. And September will also bring an equinox later on in the month, and we'll talk about that at the full moon. But I was thinking about how, we have the spring equinox and the fall equinox, and in the spring, it's always like spring cleaning. And it really seems like, we could have a fall cleaning as well, or a fall decluttering is maybe the best way.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, this is going to be a really good time to go through wherever there's clutter in your life. And that may be your home. I mean, oftentimes when we think of decluttering, we think about, cleaning out a closet, organizing a room, their garage. But I would also like to say that it can be emotional decluttering. And, you might feel like there's just things that aren't working for you anymore, and you want to kind of like just declutter that and like let it go. And at the full moon is the time when we do our releasing. The new moon is when we set our intentions. So it's a really good time to identify the things that we want to declutter, but it's also a good time to actually declutter. So, while you're cleaning out your closet, you might also be having some emotional things coming up when you're doing some decluttering there too. Just like, that thought doesn't serve me. I'm just going to like not use that. I'm going to focus on what is useful. So decluttering and details. So what goes along with decluttering is you're you are clearing up space, and it gives you the ability to kind of like get yourself organized and work on those details and make those lists and knock out those lists. So that's what this new moon is about. And so when you're setting your new moon intentions, it's like, what do I want to organize in my life? What do I want to declutter in my life? And set your intentions around that. Do that Monday evening if you're in the US, or Tuesday. Tuesday might be better because you know that for sure we'll be in the new moon phase, not in the phase before, because it's important that you do it in the actual new moon phase. And then you have the couple of weeks of that new moon to start putting those things into action. So, you know, you may want to spend Tuesday kind of like making your list, setting your intentions, journaling. What do I want to declutter? Where is there just too much? Where's everything just kind of piled up and it's like blocking the energy flow? And write about it. And then you have that 2 weeks leading up to the full moon to take action and actually physically declutter, emotionally declutter, let those things go, open up the space, and then you can start putting some practical step-by-step actions into place to make those things work for you.
So it's funny, I often find that when we do these videos, what we talk about really aligns with what's been coming up for me, or you know, I feel like maybe I've been receiving certain signs that align with what you're saying and things. And I just literally recently just did a meditation that was guided by Gabrielle Bernstein, and it was all about letting go of anger. It was part of the meditation challenge that she does, which is she does it like twice a year, 21-day challenge. And this one was all about, she called it rage on a page. So just kind of like, first of all, journaling, which is one of the things that we always talk about when we do these episodes, how good it is. And this was just focusing on letting go, which is what you're talking about here, you know, letting go of like toxic emotions and things, and just specifically, you know, writing about everything that makes you cross, like from a disappointing breakfast to, you know, your ex-husband or whatever, but just letting it all go. And then doing a meditation following that, which was really cleansing as a practice, really, really nice. And I think that a meditation like that, or any kind of, which I know you'll mention a few ideas, anything like that during that time seems to me like the perfect moment, basically, because you're then aligning with the energy from the moon, and that should help also let go of all of those things. Would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. So what essential oil will aid us in this process?
Yeah, well, when you were talking about the theme for this month's new moon, I Purify is the oil for all of this. So Purify is another doTERRA blend that I love. I actually have used it a lot for cleaning my house. So I use it a lot in the steamer that I have to clean the floors. I use it also in the sprays that I have to clean kitchen surfaces. It's got a blend of oils: lemon and Siberian fir, citronella, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. So it's an unusual smell. It does smell very fresh and cleansing for sure. But I'm actually going to start using it more for emotions, because it's looking into it just reminded me that actually it's a really nice oil to diffuse more, to just cleanse any negative energy in the environment, and also to just inhale from your hands, or put a few drops on the soles of your feet, you know, to help you when you're doing these rituals such as meditation or journaling, or just reflecting on what your intentions are for decluttering. I think this is a perfect oil to use, just to kind of let go, release, and wash away any of those negative influences, because having a lot of clutter around us is a negative influence, isn't it, on lots
It
of
is.
levels?
It is. If you study feng shui at all, it's kind of all about that principle of decluttering. And I find it to be true. Even before I started studying this stuff, I mean, decades ago, I would organize my house or organize a room, and you can just feel the shift in energy. It's like, after,
Better. Yeah.
right after you clean a room or you organize a room,
Mm.
you look at it and it's in order, you're just like, oh, and just
Yeah.
sit and be like, this is so nice. I wish it was always like this.
Yeah.
But life happens, right? And clutter
Yeah.
builds up. And so every once in a while we have to declutter, and the universe kind of shines that energy down and says, this is a good time to do that. So let's work with the flow of the universe and
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
to declutter. Makes me think of the fall. I know it's the northern hemisphere that's getting the fall, where I grew up, and I just think about the leaves, and the leaves fall, and it's
I
so
love that.
pretty if you live in a season where there's the change of color
Yeah.
and the leaves fall. But people would rake the leaves and they put it in a pile and they burn it. Now I know you can't do that, so I'm not saying to do that because that's bad for the environment. But I'm just, this memory, it is this ritual of, like,
Yeah.
you declutter the
Cleansing.
garden and you
Yeah.
ritualistically you burn it, and it's gone. And happy memory, sorry environment, but it was
Yeah.
kind of symbolically made me think of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
what else? What else? Just like a few people focus on
yeah.
when the new moon comes around.
Yeah, so short and sweet, just like this is the Virgo full moon. I don't know if I mentioned this sign, but they're very kind of practical and to the point. So for your intentions, really think about what is practical in your life, and what you want to kind of like bring down to earth, what's going to ground you. Those are good intentions. It's very broad, so it's, what does that mean to you? But like, think about practical things and how you want to set your intentions for manifesting those things. It's also a really good time to start a new health routine, so you could set an intention around that. Definitely intentions around the decluttering, which we've talked about a lot. And then just getting organized. Like, what do you want to get organized? What intentions do you want to set around getting things done? Yeah. And then for the 2 weeks after the new moon, for when you have kind of like more time and space to actually take action, do feng shui, or get a feng shui book and read about it, because it's something that you can really do yourself quite easily. I have a really great book that I bought a while ago, and I read the book and I just made all these changes in my house, and it was awesome. Do a cleanse. So if it's okay for you with your doctor to do a cleanse, this is a great time to do one of those. Start it after the new moon phase has started. So that would be in Tuesday next week. Organize your house, we've talked about, but also remember to declutter your house, but also to remember to declutter inside as well, emotionally.
Yeah.
We have like really great organizational energy happening. So if you want to organize something, there's also some pretty social energy that's happening coinciding with this new moon. So if you really want to, if you're like, I don't want to declutter and my house, and I want to get out and do something, use this energy to organize things. So be the one who organizes a social gathering, or organize something that includes other people, if that's kind of like where you're
yeah. So kind
strong.
of follow your instinct, where you're feeling the strongest energy.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the last couple of things is Virgo is an earth sign, so any kind of body work is indicated, or getting a massage, like self-care, is a really good thing to do. And then Virgo is also kind of the sign that encompasses service. So if you've been wanting to volunteer for something, this would be a good time to sign up. Yeah,
great.
And I will on the blog where I will put the link underneath the video, I will have some journaling prompts that you can use as well.
Great, so lovely. Thank you. I'm looking forward to doing that.
Okay,
thanks, Laurie. We'll be back. We'll be doing a video in a couple of weeks for the full moon. So tune in for that to find out how you can support yourself emotionally during that phase too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Happy New Moon. Bye.
Happy New Moon. Bye.